Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about ponytail fails. Let's get into it. All right, so the day started off like any other day. You know, you get your silk press sleek ponytail client coming in. This is Miss Angela. Love her. She's amazing. And she's like, okay, come on, we're going to do a ponytail today. I'm like, all right, cool, let's go. And so everything was going really, really well. Here I'm doing her blow dry. And you guys, if you've seen my previous videos, you know I am going to blow dry her out, silk press her, and then we're going to get into the sleekest of the sleek ponytails. We're going to mold her down and put her hair in. But man, I'll tell you why I think it's a fail here in just a bit. So before we get into that, let's talk about my voice. I was supposed to post a video 10-15 days ago, but I got sick, you guys, and I lost my voice. I couldn't talk or sing or really do anything. So I'm just, you know, it's coming back. It's back. But you know, I really wanted to get back to full force. Okay, so that, and then in other news, I went to LA last week and got my hair done by someone, which is not normal for me. Normally, my daughter was shocked. She was like, Mama, you don't let anybody do your hair. Are you serious? I said, yep, I'm going. It's self-care. I'm going to do this. But I flew to LA because I've been watching this young lady for a while and I liked her work online. So I went to go see her. So, hey, y'all take a note from my book. Everybody in the comments saying, hey, I want to come see you. Catch a flight. You know what I'm saying? I caught a flight. I went to see that young lady. I rented a little car, got me a little hotel, made it a mini vacation. It was wonderful. So, but I said that to say at the end of this video, when I finish Angela's hair, I will have a mini vlog of my trip to LA. So if you want to see it, stay tuned to the end. All right, so now let's get into why I think this was a ponytail fail. So as you're seeing here now, I am doing what I normally do, which is the silk press, and in preparation for her to have the smoothest, sleekest ponytail. Where I ran into trouble though is instead of following my heart and my professional judgment, I went with what my client said as opposed to what I knew. So for example, my client here, she has had some hair loss in the front, and she was concerned that her ponytail was going to expose that hair loss in a way that it wouldn't look flattering. And so I have ways around that, but I allowed her fear to cause me to change direction from what I knew. Right? And so I did this ponytail in a way that I've never done a ponytail. First of all, I tried to create, and it's not all bad because I learned something in the process, but I tried to create something where I didn't have to do that. I just needed to do and stick to what I knew, you know? And I think about that even spiritually. How many times do we deviate from what we know that God has told us just because somebody else is convinced it's supposed to be different? I'm thinking about this scripture in the Bible. When I read this scripture, y'all, it blew my mind. I was shook. So it's in 1 Kings. I'll put the actual chapter and verse on the screen right here. But it's in 1 Kings, and it talks about this prophet that God told to go to Bethel to tell the king, hey, y'all tripping out. You know, he gave this really tough word. And then God told him, he said, when you leave that place, don't eat or drink anything, and don't leave the same way you came. And so this man, the prophet, he does a great job. He delivers the prophetic word. And the king was like, let me reward you. You know, let me give you a gift. Come eat with us. And he said, I can't. This is what God told me. And he left and he went a different way. Y'all, on his way, an old prophet heard what he had done at Bethel and invited him to come to his house. And he told the old prophet, he said, no, I can't come to your house. You know, God told me not to eat or drink and not to go. And so he said, no, but God told me you can come. So the young prophet went with the old prophet. And while they were sitting down eating dinner, the old prophet began to prophesy a real word from God. Before, the Bible says he was lying. But this time he sat at the table from across from this man and began to give him a real word. And the word was, since you disobey God, you surely are going to, you're going to die. So I was blown away because when he left the old prophet's house, he literally got mauled by a lion and died. And then the old prophet went and got his body and he mourned over him. But I thought about that and I said, you know what? We have to be so convinced when God tells you to do something. And when you are sure and you know that you've heard from him, don't be moved by what naysayers say, by what people don't believe. Some of you guys are supposed to start businesses and you've told too many people, or you have family members who really aren't for you and they've discouraged you. Don't go with what you are hearing from other people. And this is why I'm very private. Like, I keep things to myself until the thing manifests, until it comes to fruition, because a lot of times people cannot handle your baby. You know, you want to tell them things. You want to trust people. We want people to be excited for us and with us. But hey, sometimes it's like, nope, keep that stuff to yourself. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. All right, so you know I don't do any ponytail or updo or quick weave without using my Cecily's Organics. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. So what I do is I don't put it close to the edge. I like to put it right in the middle, massage it in real good, and then that way it doesn't affect the level of hold that my spritz has around the hairline. So you can pick up your own bottle of Cecily's Organics at CecilyWyatt.com. And the testimonies are rolling in. I'm so excited. I love seeing the hair growth. Miss Angela is one of those testimonies. When we started with her a year ago, she was super short like Pixie. But we've been trimming off the relaxer as we go. So it's not as long as it would be if we hadn't been trimming. And she still has about 2 inches of relaxed hair on the ends. But we're getting there. So she wanted the ponytail where there was the part on the side where you could see that. And it was almost like a square in the middle, but you could see the visible parts on either side. And so she really, really wanted that. And I wanted to give that to her. But she was so concerned about her edges that it was making me concerned. And so I wasn't really worried about the edges because I have so many different little techniques where, you know, hers was, it's not like it's completely bald. So I knew I could cover it, but I was just, you know, her concerns pushed me to a place like we talked about earlier. So So far, so good. Everything looks clean. Her lines are neat. I'm starting at the top. I'm going to do the little pompadour, and I'm going to spray that. I spritzed it, but it was a different camera angle, so I didn't include it. But spritzed it, and I'm blow drying it in. I just use good old Pump It Up, and I'm blow drying it. And if you do it this way, you don't have to put the wrap on it. But I am going to wrap her hair this time at the end because of the faux pas, the thing that I did wrong, which was those 2 little pieces that I left out in the front, because I was trying to be smart and cover up her edges because she was so concerned. And really, I should have followed my first mind and the ponytail would have been super dope, but I didn't. So let's keep watching. All right, so we're starting our spritz mold, and I know, you know, it's sped up, so it looks like I'm being pretty rough on her, but I'm actually being very gentle. I am applying pressure though. So when you're doing a ponytail on yourself or your client, That head has to be solid. It has to be locked in place. You see how I'm readjusting her? She's naturally wanting to tilt her head to the side to help me out. But no, I don't need you to tilt your head. Just hold it straight up. And when I push, give me some resistance. And then this back part, you want to make sure their head is up or how they would hold it naturally. Because if they hold it down, then when they hold it up, it'll have a crinkle. I hope that makes sense. While I finish molding this ponytail, let me answer a few questions to those of you in the comments that in my previous videos were wondering where I'm located. I am located in Arlington, Texas. I call it Dallas because it's just universally known to everyone. Dallas is, but I'm in Arlington, Texas. And if you want to make an appointment, you can make it on my website at cecilywyatt.com, or there is a link in my bio that I'll put where you can schedule there as well. And when you schedule, then you'll get the exact address to where I am, because everybody on YouTube is not the safest. So I am in Arlington, Texas. I do travel for a fee. I can answer all those questions. You go to my website, fill out a contact form. And to those of you who have filled out contact forms and I haven't gotten back to you, please forgive me. I am working on catching up to everyone's messages. Okay, so what I did here is I'm going in with this spray called Tintation. It's just a black spray that lightly tints her scalp so that you won't just see a blaring cream colored scalp, but you'll see it's dark, so everything looks fuller. Okay, and so, really her edges don't look bad because I have my little tintation and I could have, sprayed them and worked it out. But no, I wanted to have these two little pieces and just give myself all this work and trouble trying to blend that in. And it's a mess. I'm going to speed it up so that you guys can see it. But I wrestled with these two little pieces, and I didn't even have to do all that. First of all, the ponytail should have been lower and with the look that she wanted so that she could see the parts. But also, why did I have those two little pieces out? What was that? What was that? Oh, Lord, y'all. So as you can see, it's already separating like a poorly rendered sauce. I mean, it's just horrible. But I'm sharing this with you guys because I wouldn't consider it a fail. She actually did enjoy the ponytail afterwards, but I wanted to show also some times where I struggle. I mean, where, it's not just the perfect little silk press, but there's challenges that I have to overcome. So here's one of those videos for you. Y'all don't be too harsh on me in the comments. Hey, I mean, I've been in the game for over 20 years, but we are all still growing every day that we live, and I'm definitely no exception. I am still growing, and I learned a valuable lesson here. Go with what you know, with your first mind. So, oh, look at around her band. Oh my gosh. Isn't that beautiful? So I put a little curl in it, and I, thought that might help a little bit. No. I was fighting. Now, that side that I put the Pump It Up in, it was fighting me, but the other side actually did pretty good. So this hair was a trip. I know it's synthetic and I know it's just temporary, but I guess it was a texture because it was not having it. Okay. So I did fight with it a little bit to keep it from being all tangled up. And it worked out okay in the end. But in the future, I would only use this hair for temporary or emergency use only. Yes, ma'am. But if you want to wear something more long term, I just suggest getting human hair, period. So I'm working on detangling it as I go, just not even detangling it, but my goal was as you go, keep everything smooth and in its place. Yeah, nope. The hair was like, oh, really? Got you. So it's still clowned, but you'll see I'm getting her wrapped in. And if you've seen my ponytails in the past, you know that I just do a stitch at the start and the finish of every track. And my ponytails do not come out. You remember Miss Monica? I did her ponytail. She wore it for a month and a half and came back to me and it was still in. Now, did her natural hair look rough? A little bit. It did. But her ponytail never came out. The tracks never slipped. So I think I'm on to a little something here. So she wanted a little more texture, a little more fluff. So I just took a wide tooth comb and just kind of separated some of those curls. And I was also trying to separate it down to the bottom. She knew, she saw me fighting with it. She was like, girl. I said, girl. We both said, girl. So I did the best I could to get it detangled. Also to just to give her the look she was going for. So as you can see, the bones are good. The bones are definitely good, but those two little pieces is what did it for me. My client, though, she liked it and she rocked it for 2 weeks and then was ready for something new. So as promised, here's my little mini vlog of my trip to LA. So a dear friend of mine, Miss Pat, she said, girl, you going to LA? I'm going too. So she bought her a ticket and she accompanied me. And it was super cool. We arrived in LA, the sun was shining. And y'all, look at this car they gave me. So I went through budget and they gave me dealer's choice. And yo, I thought I was driving a Bentley at first. It's an electric car. It's called a Genesis. It is amazing. I mean, I didn't even know it was started. It said vehicle on. I'm like, on where? How? So anyway, wonderful trip. Of course, when I landed, I started working. Now, how long y'all been friends?
What? Oh, is it about 60 years?
Friends for 60 years, and both of their names are Betty. Next up, my hair. This is Ebony. She hooked your girl up. So here I am in the bathroom. I had to use the restroom and then I was like, look at this braid down. Baby, it's flat. Because what I didn't get was a video of my hair before. And yeah, she did that. So I just wanted to shout Ebony out. I love her already. We had such a good time. She knows I'm a stylist and she took such good care of me. She was just such a light and just such a beautiful person. So, yep. Hey, Ebony. Hey, girl. I still got my sewing in. I feel amazing. Thank you. Listen, I feel like a Puerto Rican in this hair, okay? I feel like a Puerto Rican in this hair. If you're ever in the LA area, check out this young lady, Ebony, at Pretty Fab Hair. And of course, you got to get the customary bathroom video selfie. Oh, let me tell you about the hair. So the hair is my hair. I sell this hair. It's on my website, again, at CicelyWyatt.com. Everything's on there, y'all. Go check it out. It's the raw Cambodian hair. Just go under shop and you'll find it. It's beautiful. When you go online to order, make sure you choose Patricia Body if you want this look. So, of course, we did a little sightseeing, a little shopping. We had such a great time. And then we found this row of all these shops and stores. And I just walked past store after store, and there were all these gowns, beautiful gowns. Now, before you guys come for me in the comments and ask me, where is this at? I'm telling you right now, I don't remember. A friend told me, she said, okay, just put this in your GPS. And I did it, and it led me here. And I don't recall what it is. But if you live in the LA area and you are familiar with this row of shops, please do let me know. If you write it in the comments and I see it, I will post it in the description for everyone. But I just don't remember. Man, sorry, y'all. But the gowns are beautiful. And overall, I had a great trip. So thank you guys so much for watching my mini vlog of how I went to get my hair done in LA. Yes. God willing, I'll talk to you guys next week. Peace.